We had plenty of opportunities to score touchdowns from the third drive on. Didn't do it. And we got to be better there. Really unacceptable not be able to make some of those plays that we had chances to make. Looked at it with the team. Thought our defense played very well. Obviously, they'll talk about or they'll point to the 2 drives. Obviously, they were disappointed in a 3rd and 8 and a 3rd and 9 that they converted. We had a couple penalties that ended up keeping them on the field. But really, for the most part, I think there's been 19 games in a row that teams have had over 400 yards of offense until this week, where we kept them to 200 and something yards of offense. I think we're second in the Pac-12 in tackles for losses. So defensively, we kept the number 13 team in the country to 24 points. We obviously didn't play our best game against San Diego State. And then this past week, really, we let the game get out of hand offensively to the point that we threw a pick 6. So held them to 14 points, I guess, too. But we will continue to improve. Had a great meeting with the team yesterday. Thought the team was in a great spot. Disappointed, yes. Devastated. I don't think I would use that word. I believe that they're going to, respond really well to what's coming our way in the next 9 weeks. Really excited about starting Pac-12 play. No one thought this was going to be an easy turnaround just because of the fact that, we were able to catch a football from 600 feet in the air, or because we were able to have incredible energy and enthusiasm in the offseason, or have great bunch of recruits that want to come be a part of our program. We know that this season was going to be a great challenge for us, and our goal is each week to get better. And I really believe at that point in time, the results will start coming.
You raise your hand, Jedd.
Coach, is there, I don't know if this is a good term to use, but is there sort of a ground zero for why you guys are where you are, something that you can pinpoint as to why you're 0-3?
Well, I'm sure there's a few reasons. We haven't won here in over 2 years. So there's been a lot of reasoning for that, right? I mean, we took over a program that the last game that they played, they lost 70-7 to the rival. We came in and we played the top 15 team and lost by a touchdown in Vegas. Our team competed their tails off and are working extremely hard. We have 3 quarterbacks that all are new to our system. One is a true freshman, or I guess he played last year, so he's a sophomore with 4 years left. One's a transfer from Washington State who's a sophomore. Neither one of them have started football games before. And then one was a transfer that got here in the summer. We are in a situation where we've got most of our entire scheme is brand new on offense, defense, and special teams. We had an opportunity to bring in some transfers that all came at different times of the year. And really there's, we've played, the 2 teams we played prior to this week are both undefeated. San Diego State just beat Utah. BYU just beat ASU and Utah before that. So we played some good teams, and then we didn't take care of business on Saturday night. We had plenty of opportunities. We're 13-0 with the ball with 12 minutes left in the second quarter, and made some bad plays. And that's disappointing and unfortunate, but we understand this is a process. I can point to a million different teams that, year one is a process, especially depending on, you don't usually just walk into a winning organization. It just doesn't happen. I mean, I was listening to Urban Meyer yesterday talk about what's going on in Jacksonville after, he's been there. You go to Jacksonville and they've had 10 years and they've had 1 winning season in 10 years, 2 winning seasons. So he's had to, he was talking about what their rebuild looks like and how patience comes with the rebuild. What I'm excited about is guys like Stanley Berryhill, who you're able to get, he's first in the Pac-12 in yards per game. He's 4th in the nation in receptions. I mean, the guy's got 28 catches already. He had 17 targets the other day. He's 3rd in the Pac-12 in receiving yards. So there's a lot of positives out there. Unfortunately, we haven't strung enough of them together to get the wins we're looking for.
Michael, where do things stand regarding the quarterback situation?
We're going to evaluate practice tomorrow and Wednesday, and then make our decision. We'll give. We're going to see how it looks with all the quarterbacks tomorrow at practice. Clearly, we have to get better quarterback play. How we get better quarterback play. Will took almost every rep last week in practice, and there were some good highlights that he had. There were some good plays that he had, but there's also a lot of times that, you go through preparation, you go through tip sheets, you go through tests, you go through film, you go through practice tape, you practice certain plays, and then opportunities present themselves during the game. And if you don't take advantage of those opportunities, I think we all saw some guys open on Saturday night that we couldn't take advantage of, that then you have to reevaluate and say, okay, will Jordan give us a better chance? I don't know that. We'll see what Jordan looks like out there. Jordan has played more. He started more games than those guys. He came in with good poise, led us down the field. 2-point play wasn't what we were looking for. We were looking to kick a swing pass out to Stanley to get in there, and we didn't get that executed. But, and then we also have to, continue to evaluate Gunner. It's very hard to move the ball in San Diego State's defense. I think Utah found that. I think the first half I saw that they converted 0 third downs. So, we have to also look at, how Gunner did in the second half of BYU, how he did in the first half against San Diego State, kind of evaluate that and then make a decision there. So we'll see how all three do and then make a decision probably by tomorrow's practice.
What are the most pressing concerns, Jedd, that you found in your blocking in terms of across the board, from the linemen to wide receivers to the tight ends, and the two-point conversion where Alex doesn't even recognize the edge rusher? Is that something that a veteran tight end should see off?
Yeah, that wasn't Alex's fault. That was we had a zone read bubble called, and the quarterback checked to a pass without telling the tight end. And so Alex did everything right. Alex was supposed to go block the guy he was supposed to block. The ball was never supposed to be thrown other than quickly to a swing pass. So that had nothing to do with Alex. Alex has done a good job there. I feel bad sometimes when the tape looks certain ways without knowing exactly all the communication that sometimes occurs. But in that case, that had nothing to do with Alex. Jordan will take the responsibility for that one. As for the fixing the blocking, we have to do that. There was an opportunity that our receivers had to be able to, block some of the guys and get us to the second and third levels to be able to really break free on some of these plays, and we didn't break free as much as we could have. We had a few 20-yard runs, thought we could have had a few more. And then I also believe up front we need to do a much better job of working together. Sometimes what happens is you could have 4 guys doing a nice job, one guy slow off the ball, one guy taking a bad angle, one guy not being able to get to the second level in time, and the play gets disrupted, especially in the running game when you're trying to target certain spots. The other part of it is you have to understand that it's not where they are, it's where they're going to. If the runner is taking an angle this way, you have to assume the linebacker is taking an angle to chase him, so you can't go where the linebacker was, or you'll always be behind the play. And I found us behind the play too many times on Saturday night.
Time for a few more, Rich and Damian.
Jedd, you spent a lot of time before the season started reconnecting with the fans, the alumni. We took plenty of calls after the game from disappointed fans. What message do you have for those folks that you worked so hard to win back over to get them interested back in the program?
Yeah, well, I would say this. The program is just starting. We've played 3 games. We are in the middle of a rebuild. The last time there was a bowl game around here that was a winning season was 2017. Prior to that was 2015. We are in the process of trying to get a great recruiting class. We're in the process of trying to develop the younger players that we have. You look out there and you see guys like Stukes and Rutherfords and JY and Gunner all in their freshman year, starting in the secondary. You see guys offensively like Stevie Rocker, Will Plummer, Gunnar Cruz, Jalen Johnson making plays, Booby Curry making plays, all that have 2-3 years left. And then we have, a situation where we're trying to build something from something brand new. And as all of the teams that have come, before us, when you come in and you take on a situation where you're trying to build it brand new, things are going to happen. There are going to be setbacks. In 2008, when Nick Saban went to Alabama, they lost to Louisiana Monroe at home. Okay. And that was Alabama. When Bill O'Brien went to Penn State, they lost to a similar type program. That's going to happen. And what we need to do is we need to keep getting better. And I know no one wants to hear that and no one wants to be overly patient, but, all of our enthusiasm and optimism doesn't change. And this is for a long haul process to become a very, very good football team. And I think we've all noticed a team like UCLA, who in 2017, I was at UCLA and we were a top 5 or 10 offense and went to a bowl game. And then the next year they made a coaching change and, Chip built it and started 0-5, right? And then next thing you know, they went to 3-9. Then the next year they went 0-4, and then the next thing 4-8. Now they're a top 20 team beating LSU. So I think there's a build that's involved in it. We're excited about the build, and I really believe that we got a special place in Tucson. And University of Arizona is an awesome opportunity to come play football. We just have to recognize that it's not going to happen overnight.
Daniel and Michael?
Jedd, with all of your coaching stops, have you ever been a part of the staff charged with rebuilding the program and handed you guys out?
Well, I don't know if anyone's been at a program that was 0-12 and then had a brand new, totally brand new staff with a brand new quarterback. I don't know if that's ever been done. Not that I know of. Now at Jacksonville, we took over a team that was 1-15. When I went to Jacksonville, we started 0-8. We finished 4-4. The last 8 games of the season. But that's probably about the closest that I can remember of a situation like this. I know that when Tim Brewster went to Minnesota, they were 1-11 his first year, 7-6 his second year, 7-6 the year I went there. This is going to be an awesome opportunity to watch this thing build, grow, and get to where we want it to be. I think Adia Barnes did it here. In her second year, she said they were 4-26 or 6-24. And then a few years later went to the national championship. And we're going to try to emulate and replicate what Adia Barnes did.
Last one, Michael?
Yeah, I have a handful.
Go ahead, Michael. I got a couple minutes.
You were mentioning that sequence where you were in midfield, and you had 4th and 2, you're up 13-0. What was your thought process as far as punting?
Yeah, they didn't. I don't think at that point in time they had a first down yet on a 3-and-out, and we were. I think they went 3-and-out on all of their possessions at that point in the game. And when I was thinking about it, I could have gone for it there, and if we got it, we got it, and if we didn't get it, I would have given them good field position, or I was counting on a punt to back them up, kind of like what we did against BYU. And with the way our defense was playing, I thought that our field position was going to turn back around and either we were going to create a turnover. They turned it over already, I think, twice at that point, or we were going to get the ball back on the plus 35 with a new set of downs. That was kind of my thought process there.
Is there any mechanism for relitigating the target fouls, or are those 2 players definitely out for the first half?
Again, because I'm new to the Pac-12 here. It's been 3 years since I've been here. What I've asked our director of operations to do is submit both of those to the league office and to the director of officiating and ask them for not just an explanation on the penalty, but also is there any recourse that can be taken at that point in time to see if they can get back for the first half of the game.
Sure. And regarding the quarterback situation, this is the last one.
Sure.
You mentioned, I think, the other night you didn't want to continually be in that quarterback derby situation. How do you kind of balance what, performance-related decisions versus maybe I need to give these guys a little bit more time, or not constantly having that merry-go-round?
Yeah, I think it's a great question, and well, we're going through that ourselves. And, you know, sometimes you've got to, with the younger quarterbacks, I told this to both the young guys, to Cruz and to Plummer, you know, there's a lot of times that guys benefit the most from watching, you know, from being on the sideline and actually seeing. Like, it was amazing how quickly Cruz, you know, could say what Will should have done, you know, while it was going on. You know, you could kind of look out there and say, oh, you know, hit the corner, or, hey, get it out there quickly to the swing, whatever it might be. But when you're going, it's hard, you know, it's fast. So what we've got to do, and, you know, I think it got to the point that it was the right time to make the change and give Jordan, who had a little bit more experience, to get him in the game. And then I think what we'll have to do now is to say, what's the best way to move forward for, you know, we've got this week and then a bye week, and then we go 8 in a row. And can we get to that point when we get to 8 in a row that we're able to go with one guy, let him be the starter throughout, use the bye week as another set of practices, and then from that point in time, figure out, you know, ride that guy for the year.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Okay, thank you.